My name is Marie Moran, Mariemoran, and I'm an applied assistant professor of mechanical engineering at the University of Tulsa.
That's pretty great. Are you a PhD or anything that we should note?
No, I have a master's degree in product design from Stanford. That's what I use for design thinking.
Okay, great. I have a friend who's a product design engineer for a company that she's based in like this little tiny town in Illinois, but she's working in Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
So
wow.
she's got interesting stories about how they, because she's the woman in their group,
Yeah.
she gets to take notes.
Uh-huh.
And she gets really fired up after some of those meetings. So,
Yeah.
So anyway, I can imagine what that is like. So first, thanks for your time to do this part of it. This is going to go in a video that we're going to make about the day.
Okay,
And
sure.
so what I'm going to talk to you about is the role that you're playing here today. Just a couple of questions. Are we good on the mic?
Good to go.
Okay.
So the 7 rules of brainstorming really help people to not edit themselves and not edit others. And because I write down every single idea, everyone gets heard. So a lot of times I have people who are quiet, introverted, and they think they're going to hate this because they think they're on display. But once they go through the process, they realize, oh, I'm not getting bulldozed by the people that talk the most, and I'm getting heard, and everything I say is being acknowledged and built into the solution. So it prevents people from being swayed just by the most persuasive people.
Very good. So upstairs today, what have you seen that is encouraging?
I've seen a lot of people from different organizations sharing resources and ideas with each other. Like we asked the question of how could we make everyone's solution a reality? And everyone in the audience had a ton of great ideas, and they realized that they could build off of existing solutions to make something even better.
And how does the brainstorming approach help with innovation for healthcare in particular? Is there any magic sauce to that?
One of the things that really helps with doing this method of brainstorming is that it gets people out of the mode of thinking what won't work. Everyone has this vault of information in their head about things that haven't worked in the past and reasons they've been told no and political barriers and everything in the world. But if you just take a few minutes to say, what if anything was possible, it unlocks this creativity that everyone has. And everyone here has such great expertise. It's like saying, what if you didn't have any barriers? What could you do? What would your dream be? And that's important because there's a huge difference between impossible and really, really hard. Few things are actually impossible.
Can you talk for just a second about the 9-block matrix about challenging but helpful
Sure.
or impactful?
Sometimes when I tell people during the brainstorm any idea is a good idea, they instinctively think, oh no, bad ideas are going to end up bubbling up to the top and get selected. But what I tell them is, don't worry, you do get to evaluate the ideas and judge them at the end. So one of the methods for that is a 9-block where the x-axis goes from hard to implement to easy to implement, and the y-axis is low impact to high impact. So you're trying to put all of your ideas on this grid and see, is it worth the effort? Like, where do we get the best bang for our buck? And that really helps to objectively lay out where all the ideas fall.
Very good. Do you have anything that you want to talk about?
Sometimes people think that you have to go high tech to come up with a good solution to a complex problem. And it's surprising how many times there's sort of a low tech or human solution to a problem that can make a big impact on people. Luckily in healthcare, a lot of people intuitively know that, so working with them is great. But the solution is not always an app or always telehealth or something like that. It's a possibility that it could include those things, but could be anything.
So for one thing I saw up there when you guys were sharing the different solutions that people come up with, transportation
Yes.
bubbled up.
Yeah.
Is that a surprise to you?
It wasn't a surprise just because I've done some of these rural healthcare innovation weeks in the past, and I've understood from everyone here that when people live not just rural but remotely, really far away from other people, it can be a huge challenge when medical issues come up. So transportation is a big part of this. The good thing is now there are ways where we can bring the medical world to people who live remotely. You know, it might be possible to get people to visit parts of the community that are far out just temporarily. They're not there all the time, or use things on the internet, use things over their phone.